De minister van Buitenlandse Zaken van Rusland, die heeft er een beleefdheidsbezoek gebracht aan Suriname. Voor vandaag, zaterdag 27 juli 2019, had hij een ontmoeting met de minister van Buitenlandse Zaken, Ildis Begli. Na de ontmoeting met de minister van Buitenlandse Zaken van Suriname had de Russische minister van Buitenlandse Zaken een topontmoeting met vicepresident Ashwinadin en vervolgens president Desi Bouterse, waar er een bilateraal overleg is geweest. Vervolgens is er een persbriefing gehouden waar beide ministers van Buitenlandse Zaken, de ministers van Rusland en Suriname, elk hebben aangegeven wat het doel is geweest van deze ontmoeting tussen Rusland en Suriname. Wij voeren nu naar dit verslag.
Of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov of the Russian Federation, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to once again say you have kept your word. You have kept your word and you're visiting on a very historic and first ever event by a Russian foreign minister to our beloved country. Since the establishment of our diplomatic relations, we know that Suriname has been diversifying its diplomatic partners, but with Russia it has quite some growth. And in this regard, I'm happy that you use the BRICS occasion to come and visit our country. It is within this atmosphere, which defines our bilateral relations, that your visit to the Republic of Suriname is remarkable, as it highlights the importance of our enhanced cooperation. It's also correctly underlining the intentions to intensify the existing relationship between our countries. Suriname is geographically positioned in the shoulder of South America, providing the opportunity as a hub between Latin America and the Caribbean, which is presenting enormous economic and financial opportunities for Russia as a partner. Therefore, our foreign policy is strongly aimed at diversification and in this regard strengthening our specific partnership with you as an alliance. Geographical arena today is only one that we should be working together. We cannot exist without peace, and we believe that in that regard we both have the similar agenda items. We therefore remain committed to this very important bilateral relation as we commit to deepen our bond and our friendship and continue to cooperate at not only bilateral levels but also regionally and multilaterally. Let me express the fervent hope. No, I'm sure that we will have great meetings today, and I would want to commend you that so far we have already made very good strides. Welcome again.
It is important to highlight the different sectors, as brief as we can, of cooperation, including economic and trade sectors, and foreign direct investment, mainly in mining, with a focus on bauxite, oil and gas. But important are also agriculture, security, health, tourism, including connectivity, education, capacity building, and culture. In all this, of course, Excellency, the political and diplomatic relation and partnership are essential in order to advance our mutually beneficial agenda. And I will introduce now my delegation here. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, as you know, the Minister of Justice and Police, the Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of Trade and Industry, our ambassadors, of course. On this side, the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Natural Resources, Minister of Health, Education, Science and Culture, and the Director of Security. I invite you, Foreign Minister, to His Excellency to introduce your delegation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President, Ministers, Excellencies. Thank you for this opportunity. It's indeed very important to continue with dialogue. We appreciate the relations which reached new quality with the entry into force this year of the basic document, Treaty on Relations, as well as the agreement on visa-free travel, which will certainly promote our contacts in all the areas, Mr. Vice President, which you enumerated. We held quite a useful meeting already with your foreign minister. We touched upon some of these areas as promising avenues of cooperation, and this opportunity certainly is very much welcome to listen to sectoral proposals from the members of the cabinet, whom you introduced. In our case, this is our ambassador to Brazil and to Suriname concurrently, the director of Latin American Department, director of Foreign Policy Planning. The second lady from my right is director of Information, and others are diplomats from the Latin American Department and Linguistic Department.
Dames en heren van de pers, het is een bijzonder genoegen voor mij om collega Lavrov hier te hebben gehad voor bilaterale onderhandelingen, maar ook het stevige van onze verdere band. Okay, I will continue in English as I see that my translator is having some issues. It's not a problem. So, let me say that today we had very fruitful discussions. First of all, we had discussions related to our bilateral agenda, which is very diverse. We are very happy that we have concluded conversations, not only with me as Foreign Minister, but also with colleagues of the Cabinet under the guidance of our Vice President, and it was also very opportune that you met with our President. It's important to say that we were able to highlight the intensity of our bilateral relations. We have recently concluded the visa agreement, which will definitely boost the economic side of our partnership through people-to-people contact, and I'm happy to report that your proposal to have the Chambers of Commerce coordinate specific projects in several areas, including business-to-business, agricultural possibilities, especially in the wheat sphere. We are very keen with your proposal in looking into those specific areas. I also want to highlight the very successful discussions on health and the willingness to cooperate or further cooperate, because you recently had here a high-level delegation to hand over the grant equipment to two of our hospitals, and I'm happy that we were able to fortify cooperation in that sphere further. Also in the area of education, I'm very happy that we will continue our cooperation in culture and education. Our side was able to hand you very important document. It is a MOU on cooperation in that sphere, so we're hoping that we can conclude that very timely. Another important aspect, I think we have been quite successful in putting on our agenda for focus is security, and mainly the fact that we support regionally but also multilaterally, more so in the FIAC, the United Nations, the agenda on cybercrime, and other relevant issues related to security. So also in that area we will be concluding or handing to you very soon our different legal instruments for completion. I think that another very key area that came out today is the need that we make our cooperation more practical, and the fact that we have already established a very key political sphere of cooperation. Regionally, Suriname, and I can say safely, but you can speak for yourself, Sanjay, quite sure about that. We have similar principles when it comes to sovereignty of states, when it comes to integrity, sovereignty in terms of non-intervention and non-interference, but more so adhering to the principles of the UN Charter. In this regard, Suriname supports the peace and solutions in the case of our region as it relates to Venezuela, and also the fact that our region should remain a zone of peace. I want to emphasize that Russia and CARICOM, Russia and CELAC, Russia and the ACS are very pertinently present, and we as a member country in these regional groupings will continue to support working with you. I think that we have made good strides. I will hear it from you, but I want to thank you publicly once again that you kept your word. You went to the BRICS meeting, which is quite important to us, and you came to Suriname.